Hello, welcome to Puffs and Poetry. I'm your host Jessica, a writer, cannabis aficionado, and poetry lover. Today we are reading from the works of one of the most famous authors in American poetry history, Robert Frost. Robert Frost is many people's first introduction to poetry in school. You may have read some of his more famous works that we will read again today. He is a fabulous place to start with poetry because, unlike many of his contemporaries of his age, he was born in the 1880s-ish, died in the 1960s, he does not use a lot of grandiose or flowery language. He is very straightforward in his poems, which makes them very approachable for people. And they're quite fun to read. Robert Frost was from New England and spent many years in Vermont, which is where I am today, making it a perfect place to enjoy his poetry. In my joint today is a veritable salad blend of cannabis. I have been fortunate enough to sample many dispensaries across several states as of late, living in the van, and I have been absolutely spoiled for choice when it comes to flower. So today I have in my grinder a mix, a type 1 that is THC dominant, a type 2 that is CBD dominant with THC, and I think a few leftover herbs. All right. Well, that did not go exactly according to plan, but good enough. So we will start off today with Robert Frost's most well-known poem, The Road Not Taken. Let me get it together first. All right. The Road Not Taken. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. This poem is called Fire and Ice. Some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. Our next poem is called Dust of Snow, and it's one of my favorite Robert Frost poems. The way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree, has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I rued. Our next poem is another one of Robert Frost's very famous poems called Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Did not catch it in time. That's fine. We'll get through our next poem and then I'll relight it. This poem is called Fireflies in the Garden. Here come real stars to fill the upper skies, and here on earth come emulating flies, that, though they never equal stars in size, and they were never really stars at heart, achieve at times a very star-like start, only, of course, they can't sustain the parts. Last night I stayed on a maple farm in the van, and we parked in a field and went outside at probably 9:30 or so, and the field was full of fireflies, and it was such a beautiful sight. It is June right now in Vermont. And you never saw such beautiful country. I'm ashing on my pants, I'm ashing on this desk, ashing everywhere but the ground. Typical. Our last poem today is called A Minor Bird. I have wished a bird would fly away and not sing by my house all day. Have clapped my hands at him from the door when it seemed as if I could bear no more. The fault must partly have been in me. The bird was not to blame for his key. And of course there must be something wrong in wanting to silence any song. Those were a few short and sweet poems from one of America's greatest poets, Robert Frost. My joint is almost done, and so am I. That's everything that I have for you today. And I appreciate you spending some time with me and with Robert Frost. Until next week, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and have a wonderful day.